Okay, and welcome while we now read about industrial age tech advancements. And these were new technologies that changed life at the time. So, first off, we have the steamboat. And the steamboat increased factory production, and it led to the growth of cities like New Orleans and St. Louis because this is why it increased factory production and led to the growth of cities because it could move goods and people faster by going up and down rivers. It could travel upstream against the currents. It was invented by Robert Fulton. Next, we have the cotton gin. The cotton gin was invented by Eli Whitney, and it made the cotton cleaning process much more efficient. It enabled cotton farmers to move farther west to grow cotton, and it drove American Indian tribes off their land. And this is because it increased the demand for enslaved labor. Since slaves no longer had to pick the seeds out of cotton, you can now have one or two slaves just sit there and crank that wheel and have the machine pull the seeds out of cotton. You can now have all your other slaves go out there and work the fields, plant cotton, grow cotton, pick cotton, and it incredibly increased the amount of yield people were able to generate. And so cotton became overnight much, much more profitable, making slavery much more profitable. The telegraph. The telegraph was invented by Samuel Morse, and the electric telegraph was a point-to-point messaging system that used coded electrical pulses along transmission wires. So, like beep 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 beep. You've seen those older movies. Morse code is that code. It is that beep beep beep. Each one of those beeps means a different letter of the alphabet. And you would, by pushing down the lever that you have here, it connects this right here, which in electricity, you need it to be a circuit. And so you're completing the circuit by pushing that down. That sends a burst of electricity down the transmission wire to the person on the other end. And they hear it, and they write down the letters as they hear them. And this allowed for the telegraph system allowed for the near instant transmission of news and messages across hundreds of miles if need be. All right. Interchangeable parts, the last one. These were parts for devices that were made to be nearly identical so that way they could fit into any device of the same type. Before the 18th century, guns, for example, had been made by gunsmiths and each was unique. If a part needed a replacement, the entire weapon would have to be sent back to that same gunsmith for customized repairs. Interchangeable parts greatly increase the efficiency of production and repair. Now, if one of the parts broke, you just popped it off and put a new part on there. You didn't have to send it back for custom repairs. It was also invented by Eli Whitney, same guy who did the cotton gin. So I hope you're learning, and I hope you're having fun.